Right, I'm going to see if I can show you this again. I've stood my camera on the bench on the tripod, so it might be a bit of noise and a bit of vibration, but we'll see how it goes. So I've got these drills that Ian said. I've got all mine done and half of them sharpened, all the big ones. I'll show you that in a bit. And I've got lots and lots of spares, and this is out my spares box. I picked the best one to keep, obviously. So I've got these. I'll just do these and we'll see how we go on. Picked a bad one at the start. I'm looking away. Can you see how I'm doing it? Rolling it up. Don't think we can get a better shot than that. Right, I'm swapping drills now. That one's not finished yet, but I'll show you something at the end. Another one here. A bit softer, it'll be quicker, that's all. With all these drills, they haven't been sharpened at the right angle. That's probably a bit steep actually. Back a fraction. We've got that one done. I don't know if is this light a bit bright now, I don't know. Try that. There we are. I'm zoomed in along a lot, so I don't know how well it's got a focus, but I don't know if you can see that or not. Now apparently, well I'm sure the correct angle for drills is that angle, right? I should have looked it up first, sorry, but you can look it up anyway. If you can see, get two nuts and put them together, and that's the correct angle. And as you can see, just by eye, because this drill was miles out, I'm not far out. And if you look at this one, if I can find it, being zoomed in it's a bit difficult. I want to rest it on the vise so I can keep it still, and then with a bit of luck you'll be able to see it. I'm not sure. There you are. Right. Can you see how I've ground on the edge but not in the middle? It was sharpened too flat. So that's one thing. Now the other thing is, and I'm going to have to zoom the camera all the way out now to show you this, because I've got to come behind the camera so I can see what I'm actually doing. It's difficult, I know. Right. I've got somewhere, I think I can find them quickly actually. I've got a lathe tool. But what you're actually doing, it's like a round lathe tool. So what you need is slightly the angle. I'm trying to rest on the camera now, so hopefully you can see it. Right, so that angle at the top is your cutting angle, and the rest is the relief. So I hope this is just helping you a bit. Now see that? Can you see how the cutting edge has a slight angle and then the rest is relief as you roll it round. I'm fairly sure that you should be able to see that alright. And this one is a brand new one out the shop, never been touched. Well, I hope you found that helpful, or at least entertaining. Anyway, I have some news for you and something to show you, so I'll show you first. I was looking round and I saw somebody make a bracelet, a heart-shaped bracelet, out of a horse nail, and it goes flat on your wrist. It goes flat on your wrist on the top, held on with a piece of leather. Well, I thought that would be something I could maybe do. Now, right, first of all, I need to show you this, because I don't think I've ever, it's a bit glary now, can we get that? I've never had a camera that would do this before. I need to try and hold it still so you can read it. Not sure I can hold it still enough. I'm looking in the viewfinder. Anyway, that is a cart horseshoe. It's a small one, and it came from Ulsby. And I've told this story before years ago, but none of you who watched them will have seen it, I don't think. I went home, and my father had retired, you know, quite a long while before, and he rented the shop out, and the chap shot horses, and there was a big pile of horseshoes, and we went one day, around about 1990, and we said, oh, all the horseshoes are gone, and of all the thousands and thousands made there were only 5 left. And I found a pair of these shoes, which is the front shoe for a cart horse, and it's a small one. And in the wartime, before the last war, and during the last war, tractors weren't used on farms, and horses had to be shod. You couldn't farm without it, it was that important. It's a bit like tractors being used and there being no fuel for them, you know. So they used to make some, they always had some in stock, and these being small ones must have been left over. So my grandfather made that, and Carl, my friend and mentor I've told you about many times, he made a bureau like the one that you've seen of mine out of 300-year-old yew, and he had that left, and he made that for me. And actually my father said I cleaned that up and had it chromed. And I wanted some horse nails, and I just happened to see a blacksmith shoeing a horse and asked him for some, and this is why I'm showing you this. So, now that's a horse nail, but as you can see, it's not very long, right? So to make a bracelet with one, we need one about 5 inches long. Now I'd like to forge one, but my arm's playing up and I can't, so I'm attempting to grind one. It's not going to be quite the thing. I picked a piece of rod that I thought would do it, but I won't took it too thin. Anyway, if you see the shape of them, I just want to show you this. The head is oblong. Can you see that? And it tapers down to be quite thin for the rest of the length down to a point. And what this is, you can, I haven't got a picture, but I just came across a picture of one, and I thought, oh, I might be able to do that because I could heat this up with my blow lamp to bend it. And if you Google horseshoe nail bracelet, I think that will show you it. I think you'll see a picture of one. Anyway, they used to make them, you see. And as I say, I'd like to afford one, but my arm's not very good, else we might have managed it. And I can't go outside, it's too cold, because I started doing this outside. So I was hoping to sort of get this finished, but we're not going to today, so I'm going to have to grind it, and then my blow lamp will heat it up. And what it is, it's just a heart shape with a curl on the end. So I've even tried to find a piece of wire to show you. In fact, I might just have another look. I found a piece of solder, and that'll show you something. That wants to be a bit lower actually. I don't know why I keep holding it in front of the viewfinder instead of the camera. Probably a slight bit lower, about there. Something like that. You see, and it's made out of a horse nail, and the horse people like it apparently. And as I say, there's if you Google it, you'll find a picture. And what it is, it has two piece of leather on this side with a loop on both sides, and you tie it around your wrist, or you can use a bead. So it, if you can see there, it goes, I can hold it under my bracelet, can't I, to show you. It goes on your wrist like that, you see, with two ties round there. So I thought I'd have a go, but like I said, I'd like to forge one, but my arm's not very good, so you know, I can't do that. But as I say, Google horseshoe nail bracelet and you'll see that they make them, and they're on the average thing. Anyway, that's what I'm going to try and do now. The reason is, obviously, it's something nice to do, but the other reason is it's quite a while away. It's still a few weeks away, but it's coming up to my 10th anniversary on YouTube, and so it's a decade, you know, of doing videos, and it's on the 9th of March. So I thought, what can we do, and you know, to mark the occasion, because to me it's a lot more important than my birthdays. So I thought, well, if I do that, you know, I've got enough to have a few goes at it, haven't I? And now I've done, in fact, it's a good thing I've done that, because I now know roughly the size, the length that I need to start with. And I've got that leather, I can do that, so, you know, it won't be, will it? But it'll be good enough. Anyway, I thought, what we'll do is another giveaway for it. So I'll put the video up about a week before. I say about because I'm not sure, am I, what's happening. And then on the 9th of March, which is my 10th anniversary of when my first video went on, and I can't show it because it's a music video. You can just go back to my first video if you want, have a look. But it's got copyrights and all sorts on it, because there wasn't any problem when I put it on. It's just how it is, isn't it? So anyway, that's what we're going to attempt to do. So probably the next video I'll show you attempting to make one. As I say, I've got some other bits around anyway, and I've even got, I don't know how well it bends, but I've even got a piece of fairly thick brass. It will take a lot of gnawing down into it and grinding, but I've got my belt sander and that. And like I said, with this piece, whatever I've done with it here, you know, by the time I've ground that thin enough, I'm sure my blow lamp will get that hot enough to bend it, because as you see, it's got to come a lot thinner than that. Let me just show you the real one. The whole thing is very thin, right? It goes down to a point which, because it's going to be on your wrist, I'll round off, you know. But I think that's about the length we want. But now I know, as I say, I'll make one or two out of solder, then I can open it up and I'll know the length that I need, won't I? And we'll have a go at that. Right. Anyway, thanks a lot. And let's hope that drill sharpening, you know, has been a bit of use to someone. I've tried my best to show you, you know, if I stand the camera in front so you can have a side view, you can't actually see what I'm doing, because my hand has to be in the way. You know, there's no way around it. Alright, there you go. See you in a bit.